This is our junkyard revival submission. Oh. I don't think we're going to revive this one today. Alright, let's pick a different one. This is our last minute submission for the 2021 International Car Show. Alright, this is our 1984 Jeep CJ7. It's been sitting for a good 6 months. Let's see if she'll run. She runs. This is our 1974 Volkswagen Super Beetle. Let's see if this thing will run. Junkyard revival. This thing's been sitting for at least 6 months. She still runs. .460 big block. Alright, welcome back. This is our last minute submission for the 2021 International Car Show. This right here is my 1997 Ford F250 HD. And I brought it back from the dead on Thanksgiving of 2019. So, Thanksgiving 2019, found this on Craigslist, bought it. It said F250, 45,000 original miles, which it is true. I checked the Carfax. Now, it's been sitting since at least 2009. It was sitting. So I bought this in 2019, so it was sitting for 10 years. And when I first got there, my only requirement was if I could drive it on the trailer, I would take it home with me. So I brought a battery, I brought some starting fluid, I brought, whatever I needed to have the ambulance with me. And we did manage to get it running. However, it was only running on a few cylinders. Now, when I finally got this thing apart, I figured number one injector was stuck wide open, so it was just dumping fuel into that cylinder. I ended up replacing all the injectors, and then I got the truck running. Now, after I got it running, I tried driving it. Let's see how she starts.
Huge 93.3.
That didn't work out so well. So I could move around the parking lot, but it seemed like it was, in more than one gear at a time. Something was definitely wrong with the transmission. So I ended up buying Rosie, which you'll see in some of my other videos, the parts truck. So I took the transmission out of Rosie. Alright, here we have our two transmissions. The one on the right is from Rosie, that's a 94 F250, and the one on the left is from Lilith, which was a Jasper rebuilt transmission, supposedly only had 25,000 miles on it. I got that in Lilith, and then now we're driving. So, go around the block again. Well, guess what? My right front tire caught, well, not the tire, but the all the grass and stuff that was in that caliper caught on fire. So I ended up figuring out that caliper was frozen, obviously, and then when I started pulling apart the brakes to replace that caliper, I realized that all the U-joints and everything on this truck were shot. Like, they're just completely gone, blown out. Now, I did notice on this truck, underneath it, it looked like it had a lift kit or something on it. So what I think happened was this truck was lifted. It had a bunch of, you know, accessories on there. I'll show you in a minute. We got all the chrome and everything else. And then the guy I bought it from took all those axles and everything out and put it on his truck, because it also used to have a aluminum headache rack, which I know he took that because he told me. And so then I guess he put whatever leftover axles that he had on this truck. So now this 45,000 mile truck has, you know, 200,000 mile axles on it. So we ended up taking the axles out of Rosie and putting it in this as well. Which the guy that I bought it from, you know, said he had rebuilt, you know, all the axles, U-joints and whatever, everything was redone. So we got that all put together, swapped the whole front. Swapped the whole rear. Oh, yeah, also another indicator was the gearing. So when you look at the door tag, it's supposed to have 410 gears, and then the axles that were in here were 373s. So that was another, like, okay, yeah, he definitely swapped the axles on this thing. So we got that all situated, axles. So now we're driving. We're running and driving. I get it together, and then I start, you know, driving around town. Everything's working out pretty fine. Well, now I have to go back to Texas, so we end up loading this thing up with all the extra parts for Rosie. I did replace the headlights, bought new wipers for it because you can't really tell. Let me give you a little walk around. The engine, oh, the gas tank, yeah, the driver's side gas tank was out in it, so we replaced it. There's the motor from Rosie. The truck is in pretty decent shape. You know, it doesn't have, I replaced the rear tail lights there, you can see. It doesn't have, you know, any major dents or anything. It's got a lot of scratches and everything. The interior is really nice. Now I bought this cover on it. The dash is not messed up, so I just put the cover on there to, you know, to keep it nice. I still got stuff in there from the trip back to Texas. But all in all, the truck's in really good shape. So this is a junkyard revival, and I'll put some pictures in here so you guys can see what that looked like. So I hope you like it. This is going to be one of our other projects. We're building this one for my son CJ. Come on over here. Meet Mini Me, aka CJ. Yeah, so we're gonna build this truck for him, get it all fixed up. We got a couple years. How many years until you're gonna start driving? Maybe 3 years. He'll be 16. It's probably 5 years when you turn 18. That's when you're allowed to get your license. But we'll get you a permit and stuff. So, all right. Well, thanks for watching.